Yo, what's up, dudes? I'm looking for my magic. There she is, Old Faithful, my #1 drill bit. I need to see what size this thing is. What is this? Something 16. Um, Anthony Gagliardi. That's pretty large. Pretty large. What do you catch it on? What was the bait? What's up, human wife? Greetings, Earthling. So the title of this video, I was trying to go to Costco today, but they weren't open. So I had 10 minutes until they opened, because they opened at 10 and I was there, 9:50. And I went in to Dick's Sporting Goods / Field and Stream right across the street. Like, it's basically in the same parking lot. So I went in there just to blow a little time, and they had the store like a couple weeks ago. They had it like in shambles. Like, the sporting goods section was like torn apart. And I went back in there today, and it looks pretty nice. Like, they got it put back together, and they've added a few Guggen products. They're still like buy 3 get 3 free. But the one thing that has changed that I thought was interesting is there's very little Strike King product. But I'll tell you what, there is a whole shitload of 6 cents. They have got the whole damn catalog, dude. End caps, whole aisles. They've got basically the whole hard bait section. They got all the swim baits. I think they've got all the soft plastics. I think they've got the whole damn catalog. It's pretty impressive. And it looks like they have cut down on the novelty shit, like the Lunker Hunt. Like, they've still got some Lunker Hunt shit, but it's like not the goofy ass Lunker Hunt shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's like an actual like bait that looks like it'll catch a fish. It's not. It doesn't belong in Spencer's. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking, Bob. Like, the whole damn fishing section is basically 6 cents now, which is not terrible. I got to put my hands on the Krug, which I was excited about. But one thing I didn't know about it that I didn't care for was that it's hollow. Bought like 5 because you couldn't get away from it. Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to sell shit when it's your only choice. When it's your only choice, you're going to sell. Dick's is going to sell a ton of 6 cent shit because it's literally the only thing to buy there. I think they had 6 cent shit buy 3 get 3 free. So they were $9.99. You get 6 baits or $5 a piece. That's a good deal if you're in the market for loading down on some 6 cent stuff. Uh, they're uh, they're running that promo right now, I guess. Trying to, I guess it's a good way to try and familiarize the market and get people uh, familiarized with the product and get them get some stuff moving. Um, about the tray, swims good. That's good. Uh, Amy, why don't you let TK use your instant teleport? You don't have to wait for them to open. Oh, that would be nice. That would be nice. What is this stuff? What is that? I need a tack rag. I got a little furry, like sometimes you get I'm fearful of not being able to find the mesh I use for that pattern. So I clean it and I soak two lacquer thinner rags together and I put one on the bottom and I put one on the top and I like scrub it. And sometimes the fibers from the microfiber will get like stuck in the mesh. And then sometimes when I put it down and I paint, the paint will stick to the fiber and then it'll stick it to my bait and it kind of like glues it in place. You can get it out, but it gets tricky sometimes and it's hard to see. And then you'll go and clear coat a bait and you'll see one of those little fuzzy hairs in it. But I was really, really shocked at I think it's a good move for Dix. Um, because nobody really has uh, their inventory now. You know what I mean? Like before, they had pretty much the same shit as like Academy, and that's who they were competing against. But now they've got a whole different lineup of stuff that nobody has. So I think it was a smart move getting heavy on the 6 cent stuff. So if you get looks like they got Guggen and 6 cents, and then a couple jackhammers sprinkled in. Um, do I think the product quality went down? I don't think it was ever great. I just think it looked nice. Um, the soft plastics seemed to feel good. I never used them, but they probably. I mean, from way back in the day, they were probably using one manufacturer. Now they're probably using three or however many. Um, so that might be a difference. Is certain baits are probably being made somewhere other than where they originated or the manufacturer that started with. Um, but I don't know. I didn't need anything. You know what I mean? Like it's not like I need a damn crankbait or anything. But I was for the people of Mobile. I was excited that there's some like options now. You know what I mean? To throw something different other than a damn KVD 1.5. The one thing I noticed was they had the new Divine spinnerbait. and it was packaged in 2 different ways, which was odd. Like they had one in like a soft kind of uh, a soft kind of Bass Mafia bag, kind of pliable plastic baggy. They had some in that, and then they had some in like blister packs, and it just looked kind of weird because it was like the same bait, and there were like just like a couple hanging off the shelf and different packaging. It kind of looked janky, but I would have changed that if it had been in my store. But Bob, I didn't look at the buzz. I didn't look at the buzz pieces. I saw a few. The Strike Kings didn't jump out at me. The the Mega Bass on the very bottom for $25 or $20 or whatever they are. Those are sitting down there collecting dust. Tom, what's up, dude? Um, that one? Yeah, that's Burns's. That's for the builder dude. That's for the builder dude. Rich, what's up? Um, no, Tyler, we don't have any good local stores. Like I said, the one we did, Quince, it doesn't really it's more hunting and firearms, and that pays the bills. So fishing is just I mean, they've got shit, but they've got the staples. They've got like a rack of bandits. They've got a little zoom rack. They've got spinner baits. They've got those Northland. They used to have like those Northland spinner baits that were like $2. Um, they've got a pretty, they got some frogs. Not a lot though. Like if you need to go catch a fish down here, they've got that kind of shit. But like if you're looking to try something different, um, never, no, um, like nothing new. Uh, but Waymakers in Saraland, Tommy Parker owns that place, and it's like he does like rigging on boats. He does like trolling motor sales. He sells electronics. He sells uh, any kind of accessory, like boat accessory. Um, he does that, and he sells some tackle on there. He's got some pretty good stuff. Um, Nothing extraordinary, but like I said, he's got a bunch of net bait. He's got a whole rack of net bait. I could probably live without all the net bait. Um, I would rather have some net bait staples. But when you start thinking about it, there is a lot of net bait stuff that's good. So I can see how when you start ordering, I can see how you get heavy in net bait. Because they have a lot of good stuff. But he's got the same stuff: Bandits, Sally's. Got some Strike King stuff. Um, not trying to think what else. A bunch of War Eagles. That's a staple, of course. But occasionally he gets some used stuff, which I like. So I'll swing in even if I like to put my dirty little mitts on stuff like that. I've got Good Shops. No, we don't have one anymore. We don't have any anymore. We used to have Fish and Fever. Fish and Fever was the shit. They had weird stuff, and not weird like lunker hunt spider weird. Like just like things from way out of the country, like different parts of the world. different, like you'd walk in there and it was probably also the time, the period of time, you know what I mean? Like late 90s, uh, early 2000s, mid 2000s. Internet wasn't there. I mean, it was there, but it wasn't like everybody wasn't like shopping on Tackle Warehouse and shit. And and he would get stuff that was from, different parts of the country that you'd never heard of, and you'd walk in there and you'd see like a bag of worms that somebody poured from who knows where, and it was cool. That was the first time I got this damn thing. If I can find it, I always have it sitting here. I just gotta figure out which cubby hole I put it in. What to do with it? There it is. And this was a hidden gem, and I think it still is. Like the guys that use them are like, they know what's up with this damn thing. And the fact that I have it down in Mobile, Alabama, I think blows a lot of people's minds that know what it is. But it is made by Bill Alexander. It is the MTO Lures Mutant Flea jig. And I bought this probably in like 2001, 2000, probably something like that. 2003, 2002. But it's a hybrid jig. Living rubber, silicone, and hair. I think it's deer. Some kind of hair. I don't know what kind of hair it is. It's good looking hair. But dude, I got one of these things, and I put me a little salty chunk on the back, and I was throwing it in the wintertime, and I smashed them on this thing. And the funny thing about it was, I called. Yeah, where do you think they got it from? Tyler. You think that just appeared out of thin air? Nah, bro. Sylvan Beach, New York, right up the road. Imagine that. But yeah, that was no fluke. But that was a badass jig back in its day. That was a badass jig back in its day. Still is. A lot of guys still use it. But the funny thing about that jig is, I think the last time I talked to Bill, he said he was working on getting a website together or something. I went and tried to go to the website. The website didn't work or something. So I think I was talking to Eric one day, and I was like, I want some more of these. He's like, I want some. I was like, all right. And I said, let's call the number. So I called the number from 2003, and this very heavy New York accent answered and said, hello. It's like, Bill, TK Stanley, what's going on? In my my sales call voice. And he's like, hey, man, hadn't heard from you in a while. What you up to? I was like, not much. I'm looking for some damn jigs. He's like, oh, yeah. I said, you still making those things? He's like, yeah, still making them. I said, that's good. And he said, what you need? I was like, I don't know. What you making these days? And he said, well, I got, this and that. I said, you got like he's like, here's what you do. He's like, get on the website. He's like, there's an order form. I said, okay. He's like, print that off. I said, all right. He said, write down there what you want. Mail it to me. Mail it to you? And he's like, yeah. I was like, in the like snail mail? It's like, yeah. Or you can fax it. I was like, I don't have a damn fax machine, bro. And he said, he's like, yeah, just do it that way. That's the easiest. I said, all right. So if you want Bill Alexander mutant fleas, get on the website and print the order form off. It's very old school. I like it. So I think he had. I started asking him about. I think these had a Gamakatsu hook in it. Look at the price, dude. This is sickening. Sickening. That's right. Hand tied. And I think it's got a Gamakatsu hook in it, dude. I think that's what he told me that these did. Hand tied with rubber, silicone, and hair, powder coated head, $2.25. I should have bought 100 of them. I should have bought 100 of them. But back in the day, you weren't so you weren't I didn't look at shit like that. I didn't think I didn't because I wasn't building stuff, I didn't realize what a value that was for somebody to make me a jig, hand tie it with hair, flat rubber, square cut rubber, and silicone. Pour the jig, paint it, all that shit. $2. I'll take it. Bobby probably does, but those guys that started websites, way back in the day, a lot of them really have never touched their website because it was never like it wasn't like where they generated business from. Yeah, no shit, Kyle. I could have made him. I could have. I could have done good flipping those. I wouldn't want to flip Bill's hard work though. Um, that would be cool to do a collaborative effort with the OG hybrid jig guy. I wonder if Bill would want to do a. I wonder if I could send him the heads. I wonder if I could send him my heads. That'd be kind of cool. What's up, Anthony? Anthony, that was a beauty. It wasn't. It wasn't as mega. It wasn't as mega bassy, so I didn't add it to the mega bass post. So I thought that was more me. We'll catch you later, though. Mike still sells the Slammer. He will take your order and money. Give him a call. No, the Slammer has probably taken a dive in sales. Bob, go get you a Pets, bro. Go get you a Pets. Those things are funny. I used to paint them in like that's the funny thing about Pats is like I could have gotten Pats by the damn truckloads like 7 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I was painting them and this dude was sending them to me, and he was like, paint them whatever you want, just make it badass. It's like, all right. That was his only stipulation of the paint. Paint it whatever you want, just make it look badass. Done. So he was sending me all these things, and I was like, dude, these are the ugliest damn things I've ever seen. They're horrendous because this is like, it wasn't just the round ones. It was like the the bluegilly looking one came out, and like all these different shapes came out, and he's sending me all these different ones. I was like, dude, these things are awful. And I was like, quit sending me this ugly shit to paint, dude. I was like, it's hard to make look good. And he's like, nah, these guys love them. Well, come to find out, the guy supposedly told me that he painted for a living, fishing lures, and he would sell some um, on, like, I'd see him sell them on like the Facebook groups, and he'd sell them for like $5. One of those guys, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, if this is your job, and I've watched you sell baits online all week, and you sold one maybe every day, um, for, let's just be generous and say you got $10, which you didn't. Um, you sold, maybe being very generous, you sold 10 crankbaits online this week at $10 a piece. You made $100. You didn't make $100. You received $100, and you take all your whatever you got out of it, and you're left with something under $100. And I was thinking, that's kind of hard to pay the bills. You might be able to pay like a water bill. Uh, Something's not adding up. So I asked him, I was like, "Are you?" It's like, you must, if you paint baits for a living, you must be painting a lot of baits. Like, where's the living part coming from? He was like, you know those pats you keep painting for me? I was like, yeah. He's like, if I need to make money, he said, I just raffle one of those off. I was like, what do you mean raffle? He's like, oh, we got these raffle pages. This was like very early on. This might have been one of the first ones. He's like, I'll raffle that thing off for $1,500. He's like, and I ain't got to do shit. You're the only one working. It's like, you're selling those things for $1,500? He's like, no, I'm not selling them for $1,500. I'm raffling them for $1,500. He's like, if I get 4 of them, he's like, but I don't, it might not be a Pats this week, might be a 316 next week, might be a whatever next week, might be, a Hinkle, anything that was like high dollar, high end, he would get and send it to me, and then he would raffle it off. Dude literally didn't work. He just raffled off swim baits. Hmm. Hmm. So, remember the Mandingo? Tyler, how do you know about that? Um, Later, Bob. Be careful. Uh, Bob, is that your little John Bonham I saw on Instagram? Only takes cash at the gathering. Smart move. Probably quicker too. Tyler, I saw a dude selling a Northern Effect 110 on some JDM Facebook group yesterday for $250. $250. Send it to me, and I'll make that shit Northern Effect quick. Jeremy, what is a Pats? I wish I had one. I never. Like I said, I let them all go off into the sunset because I thought they were so stupid looking. But the thing about it was like I was painting for all those like Pats guys way early on before Pats really blew up. So if I would have cared, I could have asked any of them and like, hey, can I get one of these baits? I'd like to fish one. That would probably I could have probably gotten multiple. But I was it was never something I was looking for. You know what I mean? The only thing I think about Pats that makes it unique is and I've heard that there are variations, but the ones that I have sanded, I've had to strip a few because they had really shitty paint jobs on them, and I think that's how he got them cheap. It was like this really ugly, somebody had painted one and it looked like ass, and they had like really thick epoxy on it. And I've stripped a couple of them, and I don't know if they were all like this, but there's a lot of them that are in a synthetic. It's like a Trex decking type material. It's like a synthetic wood. It looks like wood, but it's not wood. But it obviously floats. But because it's almost like a gray black color. It's weird. It's cool stuff, whatever it is. But I don't know if they've always been built out of that synthetic shit, but it seems to work. Seems to work. Yeah, I don't know how they cut the joints. I guess they have some sort of round, or they have a jig set up to cut the joint in a square body. That is not an easy task. If anybody's ever tried to cut a lip slot in a pre-rounded bait, that is not fun. Slammer, yeah, it is a New England slammer. PVC board. See, I thought this shit was different. For some reason, I might be wrong. I don't know what it is. It might be PVC board. Let's look this up. PVC plastic. I don't know. I don't know what it is, Burns. It's something like that. I wonder if they have PVC board round bar. Like PVC foam, no. Pats and Hinkles, most overrated baits of all time. It's hard for me to put Hinkle in that. The thing about the Pats is, and the thing that always bothered me about the Pats was that guys were so like just like desperate to get them, and they would get one, and they would fish nothing but that bait to their demise. Because you see these guys, the hype around the Pats was you just throw a Pats and you just catch guys, and it does what no other bait can do. I'm not saying it doesn't catch them good. It certainly can, but it's not the damn silver bullet. And you'd see these guys post on like Facebook and stuff, and be like, "Dude, I've been throwing my Pats for 3 months and I hadn't had a bite on it." And then the one answer that they always say is, "Keep throwing it." It's like, well, no shit, dude. Like, but these guys would like just like they just not catch fish so they could throw a Pats. And but when you've got guys that are so adamant about throwing one bait because it's like a hype bait, yeah, you're gonna see guys catch fish on it, and you're gonna see them catch good fish on it because it's the only thing they'll throw. You know what I mean? Like, if I have nothing but a bag of Cincos every time I go fishing, and then I'm the guy that I post a picture every time I go fishing. I'm like, Cinco, Cinco, Cinco. Yeah, it looks like the Cinco is the deal. It may be, but that's literally all I throw. So how would you know? Um, Later, Bob. Um, Overpriced for sure, especially considering the customer service you get and the weight and all that kind of shit. The price is not reflective of the quality of uh, you know partnership that you're going into. Um, Having a helical is a status symbol more than an actual throwable bait. Yeah. But guys are the same profile, don't swim as good. You mean this thing? I meant to ask that guy if he got joint configuration. Um, uh, if you really break down the swim bait game, more big fish have been caught on HUDs than probably anything else. Yeah. The problem is you can go out and buy a HUD. Can't buy the pool toys though. Brennan, that's what they say, but I feel like those are the phonies have always been like the poor man's Hinkle. And it's not like a poor man's Hinkle, but you know what I mean? It's like it's always been to me kind of like I've always seen it as like people's alternative to a Hinkle. Like if they break their Hinkle off, they're like, oh well, let me throw my phony. Or if their Hinkle gets run over by a truck, oh I just use my phony. Um, Caught one fish on a HUD and it took 2 years. That's pretty strong. How big was it? 2 pounder. Just watched that Yeti video again about the swim bait kid Grant Langmore. He caught that 13 pounder on the HUD. Yep, he caught it on the Rowan dock. Sure did. I used to paint baits for him. Nice guy. Cool kid. For a high school kid, he was, you know, dipshit like anybody else, but he was a nice guy. I'll say, I mean, he was, like I said, he's a high school kid. But he's growing. He's back up. I think he lost his Instagram and he's trying to grow it back. And he started a YouTube channel and like some fishing guide service around Austin. So he's doing stuff. It's good to see that he's still 5 pound smallie. Well, that accounts for something. But yeah, caught it off the damn rowing dock. Dad, I used to play with the huddle bug back in the tub back in the day. Yep. John, this might be unpopular opinion. I've always thought Roman maids all swim like shit. I never was a fan of the swim of a Roman maid. Mother, negotiator, any of them. Like I never liked them. They're beautiful. I love looking at them, and I will. Well, I won't say I love painting them because they're stock clear coat delaminates instantly, but it's probably one of the most beautiful profiled baits, and the tails are beautiful. Like aesthetically, a Roman maid is gorgeous. But Brendan, you could. Did you see them? They're still hanging up because they're stinky. I'm gonna let them gas off. They still smell like petroleum. Custom. You can tell by the clover leaf on the back. Custom. Yeah, you could rig it if you wanted to. Kid's pool toy. Pretty awesome. Yeah, Brennan, it took me a I will say Roman Maid did a very, very good job at marketing. Brilliantly marketed their bait. Because every time you saw an advertisement or some article about Roman Maid, there was a guy there with a block of wood carving, doing something in his shop, lots of wood tools, lots of all this shit. And they painted a pretty significant picture of handcrafted. And then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, that's a lot of bait. There's a lot of bait, and it's a lot of baits. If you're going to distribute to North America on Tackle Warehouse, you're not building 2 or 10. You're building a lot. So, like, it finally dawned on me. It's like, and like, especially the consistency of the gill carving. It's like, dude, this son of a bitch ain't doing that by hand. And it finally clicked. It's like, oh, these are all CNC. Duh. But yeah, I was when they first came out, I was drinking the Kool-Aid. Like they were over there, like in with like a whittle factory carving these things out. Nah, I finally wised up. Jeremy, I don't say you'd be pissed, but what I'm trying to tell you is you'd probably be pissed. So you might not love it. You might love it. I don't know. I can't speak for you or anybody else, but me looking at them, I wasn't a huge fan. But you might look at it and say, "Damn, this is the best swimming thing I've ever seen in my life." TK, you're an idiot. Uh, but I was never. I guess for all the like the magic around the bait and like the build and the wood and the all this kind of stuff, and you finally, get this thing all the way from Japan, and it's beautiful, and you go swim it, and it goes. It just looked kind of clunky. Um, so, just my personal opinion. Like I said, catch them certainly, but the you haven't heard much out of them back in the day. I mean, like you did back in the day, like over in Japan, where and those might have been like bait hang fish, where guys catch them on a drop shot and then hang a mother out of their mouth. Don't know, but I feel like you used to see a lot more like mother fish pictures from Japan. I couldn't tell you the last time I saw one. Um, the bigger glide. Oh yeah, I gotta send you shirts, Burns, and I gotta send you. I'll put it in the mail when I get these baits done. Um, this one. All right. Anything else you need out of that box? You got a mother or a negotiator, Tyler? Is it an Illumi? The coolest videos out of Japan in recent years are the Balam videos. Yes, because they're always figure eighting with that damn thing. That's the only time I see a Balam video is when they're going. Oh, and then all hell breaks loose at the side of the boat. Negotiator. Dude, people like that I don't know. I don't know what the color's called, but y'all know the one I'm talking about. It's like their standard perchy brim looking whatever. It's got like the limey chartreusey top with like the black bars down the side. Uh, have fun, Tom. Don't lose your salad bars. Throw them on braid. Motion at the driveway. All right, what are we looking at here? What size are these eye holes? Looks like a 5 millimeter to me. That looks like an oblong shape. Um, Fish don't set up like that around me where you can go live point with the undercut and 20 are sitting under it. Now it's pretty. That's the amazing thing about watching those videos in Japan. It's like how their fish set up and like just the terrain. that they're catching them in is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. All right. I need my gloves on. Need some gloves. Might be a popper. I don't know that that's going to be anytime soon. Oh yeah, Burns is doing the big boy. That's what's next. The big nasty is next. That one. There it is next to a speed trap. Dude, why do they have oblong shaped eyes on the speed trap? Like, wouldn't it have been easier just to make it a circle? John, I haven't yet. I'll let Burns get done with what he's doing, and then that was close. Go from there. Okay. Ooh, yeah, the 3-hook. I'm excited about that one. I'm very excited about that one. The more hooks, the merrier. Bring on the hooks. I feel like an old man how I have to look at shit now. I have to like pull it away from me so I can see what I'm doing. What a geezer. I figure it'll get down to about 4 feet if you wanted it to. Which is part of the whole goal. Was to have one that didn't dive deep. So you actually have a magnum size square bill, not a magnum size square bill that runs to 8 feet, which is what most of them claim to do. Oh yeah, Nasty Nate wants the tail spinner wake. What about a Bangalore? Somebody throw those anymore? Does anybody even know what that is? Besides Bernie Schultz and Eric. All right. Are we ready for pupils? Did someone say pupil? Oh, I do have something. I'll probably give these away to the Patreons. I might log in maybe later today, and I'll see if I can just do a short, I don't know. I wanted to do I painted these little micro, they're not micro, they're teeny, these little teeny cranks. Um, these little teeny cranks. I'll be giving these away because I don't have much of a use. They were sitting here. And I said I'll paint those. I'll put a little shad paint job on those and put them in someone's hands. The problem is, yeah, it's 0.5 size. The problem is, I don't know that I have an eye small enough. These might fit. These look real teeny. Let me try these. These look like 4mm. These might fit. Let me see. Hopefully they fit. Not really, but close enough. Whoever gets this, I don't have 4mm eyes. Sorry, not a direct fitment. You'll have a little eyeball hanging off. But beggars can't be choosers, right? Once I clear coat them, they should hold. It looks only a little bit goofy. It's passable. It's passable. Go back to the old way, Rich, where I just don't put out an email and I just I think I'm gonna have to start doing a limit. I think that's the only good way. Limit of 2, which I very rarely have people order more than that, but occasionally it does happen. It does happen if somebody has something they really want, and then I kind of feel bad about it, and then I say, "Well, you should do a limit." Come on. No wonder I didn't use these eyes. Yeah. I do have some good stuff to give away. Dude, these are the shittiest eyes. The paper sticks to the adhesive, and then you have to peel the paper off of the eye individually. And it just like rolls off. Then I get my dirty, sweaty fingerprints on it, and it makes for a beautiful foggy eye once the super glue starts to evaporate. I'm going to have to go in and clean the eye off. Okay. All right. Teeny crankbait guys, there you go. Glad those are the last of those. Never fish with one of any lure. That's what I'm saying. Some guys buy in twos, some guys buy in threes. I know there's a lot of guys that like buying in threes or more, but most guys I know about buying twos. They're buying 10 at a time. Rich would have an auto limit one if you lose the one. I guess that is the way that if you're feeling lucky and you want something real special, like a teeny bait, you could maybe butter up Burns to do one for a giveaway. Something that I guess that's what he actually did. He sent me stuff to give away that I wouldn't order. Like two little 6-7 foot divers. And they're a pair. One thin, one fat. And you said these go to the same person? That they have to go as a pair? So you get double the goodness. I believe that's what you told me, Burns. Brandon, I'm good. I never use them, so I don't. It would be a waste. It would be a waste. I've got some. If I had a bunch of baits to do, I could probably dig around here and find some 4mm, but I don't know. I don't feel like digging. I don't feel like. Got a reactor to start. Have fun, Tyler. Don't blow up the place. It's a pair. One shallow runner, one medium runner. So that needs to go to the same home, correct? Delivered. Oh. I bought an oddity on eBay. I don't know what it is or how it runs. But let's see where it came from. Ohio. I don't know who made this bait. I don't know anything about this bait. But it was delivered today. And I got a good deal on it. I don't want to track the package. I want to look at the damn bait. And I'll show y'all. I don't want order details. I want the listing. It's kind of Bossa Bee 3-ish. Any of you eBay browsers see this one? Unknown builder. Came from Ohio. I like these. I like those oddities that nobody cares about because they have no pedigree. You know what I mean? Because they don't say Ronnie B on them. People are like, yeah, that means shitty. Nah, bro. Lots of jewels out there. Lots of jewels out there that nobody knows about. Nope, these aren't them. Those I got as last. These are the ones. Dude, dotting I's will make you cross-eyed at times. Look at this damn specimen. And there's some nice modeling going on there. Oh, is it about to focus? Bob, what do you do when you want another one? Unknown to the masses. Aha. So you do know who actually made them, but the average Joe does not. Pretty tasty looking crawl. Okay. Okay. Somebody went to the Bass Pro Shops Spring Classic and got them some DTs on sale. Done. I'm an unknown builder, and we need to keep it that way. Yeah, I wouldn't say you're unknown, Burns. You're very known. Bo, what's up, dude? Been fishing? I know you're happy about this weather. Jort weather. You don't have to wear those stupid jorts with legs on them anymore. Are they crankbaits, Bob? Gagliardi just called again, 47-12. Pretty solid creel. Marty is the most famous, the most known unknown builder. I would agree. I don't know how you get these little like crumbs on your bait. It's hot as a damn 6-shooter in here. Oh boy, Brennan's getting creative. It's kind of scary. I only get 50 emails a month now. Been once in 3 weeks, took a 7. Headed to Texas. Only wearing jorts. Should be good. Is it gathering week? Is it time for that already? AJ, I thought you might be fishing today. All right, all these bait. Oh, what is this one that slid in? No, it didn't slide. It just doesn't have anywhere to go because the stupid hole isn't round. Oh, now I got a sign. Where's my signer? Should be at 62 outside. Sounds pretty cool. Gathering week. What are you excited most about, Bo? Tell us, since you were, we all have to live vicariously through you. What are you most excited about upon arrival? Besides meeting people, of course. I'm talking product-wise. Hello. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. All the Piz and LFOD cultists are getting their tents pitched. Yeah, they're already setting up, Brendan. They're already waiting in line. Yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be nice, Bo, to be able to not have any responsibilities, and you can just you can fish for fucking 24 hours if you want to. Doesn't matter. No responsibility. That would be a smart move, Brendan. The Niner? The biggin? Josh has been working hard on that thing. I'd like to get Josh on one of these streams one of these days. That'd be fun. Maybe I could do one from his house in a couple weeks. Are y'all saying I talk slow? Do I really talk that slow? I know there's times where I'm doing something and distracted where I probably don't talk at all. I really don't think I talk that slow. Now he sounds like mud. Definitely get Josh on. I don't know how long I could keep Josh's attention. It might be I might be able to keep Josh interested for 30 minutes. Before he just falls asleep or goes and does something else. All right. Is there any more beautiful shad pattern than a damn Tennessee shad? I don't think so. I don't think so. Except maybe that one. except maybe that one. If I talk slow, then Brendan talks at sloth speed. Oh. After listening to anybody talk at 1.75 speed, their regular speed feels really slow now. I don't know that I've ever listened to anybody at 1.75. I'll have to go. I have to go and check and see what is it. I sound like the damn Micro Machine Man. I feel like I've missed some comments when I was autographing. I like messing with Josh. He's fun to because Josh is way more uh, mechanical. Or I guess it's I don't know. It's like all the like mold building and like prototyping and that kind of shit. Josh is a fucking wizard at. Like he is. As I mean, I feel like he's as good as it gets. Uh, but he'll send me some like paint idea, and I'll like whip something up and send it to him. He's like, "F you, dude." But like I couldn't do like his like prototyping and mold building and all that kind of like that kind of stuff. I'm the painter. I paint shit. He's great at building. Uh, so he boggles my mind with that end, and I try and uh, stir his shit up with paint stuff. Tyler was making fun of your voice. You have a very Brendan. Anytime I hear you speak, I always feel like you're trying to talk your way into a girl's pants or something. Cause you like, all right. Let me tell you real quick. So here's how this is gonna go down. To a Yankee, you talk really slow. I've spent some time in hella country. They laugh at me talking. That's pretty interesting. Um, I don't know that I've ever. I don't know that I've ever thought about the speed of my dialect. It's ASMR. I didn't know Brendan had siblings. It is nice. That's what Amy said. She said he's probably talking quiet so he doesn't keep people up. Like, you're probably right. Is his real voice? Does Brendan? Do you come blasting out? You're like, yo, what's up, hey? Are you like really loud and obnoxious? 1-800 hotline. Yeah, you could be the. You need a radio show on at like midnight. What's that lady that used to do the Azalea or what's her name? Dahlia? Dart? What's that lady? What's that? Dart? Where you call in and you're like, I'm having a really bad day. She's like, oh, tell me more. Uh, yes, thank you, Amy. That is right. Delilah, that's it. Yeah, Brennan can be the male fisherman Delilah. Dr. Ruth. It change his accent a little bit. Delilah. Yeah, I think Brennan would be a great Delilah. Delilah Baitco. Brennan, I will tell you that would be a great bait name for you. If you got one that needs a name. Delilah. If y'all ever heard my Boston accent, Bob, did it stick? Like, is it still pretty heavy? That's also the weird thing about meeting people from the interwebs that you've never spoken to, is you've kind of got an idea of everybody's personality, right? But you never seen them or heard them. But you've talked. We've all talked so much when you actually meet somebody, it kind of takes away from the mystery of who that person is and what they look or sound like, and it's kind of like, when you get to know somebody's personality on here, you kind of imagine how they would be saying something, and then it's like that scene out of Grown Ups 2, when the lifeguard comes walking up to, like, Studley lifeguard comes walking up to all the women's. What's up, ladies? More smooth jazz. Bernie can be the Delilah for anglers. Tell me your dad's story and play song for them. Oh. Hi, thanks for calling in tonight. So you're having a rough day. I heard you broke off 3 hinkles today. Tell me about it. How did it make you feel? Were they custom painted or stock? His paint? Still pretty heavy. That's good. Am I Ron White? I've got a little raspier voice since I've been coughing for a damn 2 weeks. 16, so he might be an only child, Burns. I don't know. So you broke your ducket rod today. How big was the stump you set the hook on? It wasn't a stump. It was a DD. It was my PB. Tell me more about the stump. That would be funny though. How can we do that? Can we start can I start a late night or can I do a segment on a stream and start doing it at night and have people call in and tell, like, their woes of their fishing day, but they have to be like real emo. You can't talk normal. 4 younger siblings. Wow, that's a lot. Um, but I think that would be really entertaining if you could, like, if you had a rough day on the water, and you only get like a long time listener, first time caller. What's up, Paul? It's like what everybody calls to the Feinbaum show and says. As long as it's live, so you can click on. There you go. Yeah, I think that would have to be a mandatory, given that you're going to get flamed. He hit South Dakota border out there with a grocery bag of Goldies in his lawn booty. I think that would be pretty funny. I don't know if there's I'm sure there's internet technology for receiving phone calls. I don't know how you would do that, but I could probably research that to where you could take a phone call and get a Jeffries 1-800 number call. That would be pretty damn funny though. Call Call and cry about what bait you lost today or what fish you lost. But you have to have people take it seriously. You know what I mean? Like, you not take it seriously, but like tell their story as if their dog died or their wife just left them or, whatever. It would have to be a given that it was a goof and that you had to like exaggerate your story. But would be calling frequently. Bo, you think you could put on you think it'd make you feel better? You think it'd give you a little bit of uh, closure? Uh, I would tune in just for the Bo calls. I think it'd be pretty damn hilarious. Like I said, it'd have to be given. I could vent on how dumb I am. Y'all aren't gonna believe this shit, but listen to what happened. Brendan, how do you know about a website for temporary phone calls for radio shows? Are you doing Swap Shop over there locally? Do you run a Swap Shop radio show? Then you have someone smallmouth crush. I'll have to give them the if we have extraterrestrials calling in, I'll give them the red button. Um, we don't have time for resets. We just have time for uh, hook sets. I would love to hear. I really like. I'm sure it'd be big in the swim bait game when you drop two bills on something and go out there and uh, sling some shit off into oblivion. The phone lines would probably be rabid. Dude, I played 16 raffles trying to get a Pats and I finally got one. It cost me $17,000 in raffles, but I got it. I took it out to the lake and I threw it on 15-pound P line. I snapped that shit off. Was looking for a website that offers free SMS so I could sign up for Chat GPT without giving them every piece of personal information. It does not exist. John, sounds like a lucrative business for you to offer this service. It should be pretty easy enough to do, right? Damn. Buddy Keith got his seats redone. They look good. Mine look like ass. These look real good. Fancy. All right, dudes. I'm about to go spray clear chemicals in the air. Casted a brand new KGB Legend directly into a rock the other day. Luckily, no damage. And snatched a good one. Nate, I love it. like it, like the dark side of me, like laughs on the inside. I know, but like I've had so much like bad shit happen to me, like fishing wise, with boats and such and trolling motors. Laughing at those doesn't really feel like karma's going to get back at me because I feel like I've earned it at this point. But when I see a guy post like, "Oh, I threw my bait off," I just like laugh to myself. It sucks, but that's evil. I do laugh on the inside a little bit. Like that sucks. But there's so many of them. That's the thing about it. If it was like not commonplace, I would feel bad. But after you read like hundreds of them, they're just laughable at this point. Um, it does suck though. Uh, those were can't have your bait and throw it too. That's right. No, these were actually regular Triton seats, and he took them to some place locally, and they reskinned them. They look real good. They put that insert in. That's new. It used to be just gray, but I think I've let mine get too far gone. I'm gonna have to buy whole new seats for 2Gs. Um, LeBrock. Uh, so anyway, if y'all are out fishing today, don't throw your baits off. If you do, just call the hotline. I need to leave. I need to set up a voicemail so you can call the hotline and bitch about the bait you threw off or the big one you lost, and you can vent, and then we'll air them on next week for everybody to hear. Oh, AJ's getting brave, ready to paint some Normans. Get a burner foam for it. Bo, did you ever hear the story about? I'll tell this real quick before I leave. When I was in Austin, I was very. It was actually when I moved from here to Austin. I had a flip burner phone, and it kept me off of like social media, and I wasn't like glued to my phone. So I had that burner phone for years, dude. And like I'm well into my 30s at this point with a flip burner phone, and it was cheap. It cost me like $15 a month. You know what I mean, to pay for just text messaging and calling on this phone. And when I moved to Austin, I kept it. I didn't get another phone. Um, but I got pretty savvy, and I figured out that like if I was going on a road trip or something, I could take my iPad or whatever, or I had an older iPhone, I think that didn't work or something, or there's something I had something. It might have been an iPad. I don't remember, but I would take it, and then like when I was at home on Wi-Fi, I would put in the directions that I needed to go, and I would let it map it out. And then you could when you unhook from the Wi-Fi, the mapping would still show where you were, but it wouldn't like give you directions, but you could follow your place on the map. So I would just do that. And anyway, I was in Austin, and I had my flip phone, and me and Amy were at this Gary Clark Jr. show at the some bar downtown, and and I was trying to text somebody, or somebody had texted me or something, and I was like, I flipped open my phone and I was like looking at it, and this like young like probably like UT student or something walked up, or she was like standing beside me, and she looked at me, and she was like, "Is that a flip phone?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Is that your real phone?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like I showed it to her, and it was like lit up and had like numbers and stuff. And she was like, "That's hipster as fuck." I was like, and she like walked off. I was like, "I guess it is. Thanks. I don't. I'm not trying to be a hipster. I just uh, paint baits, and that pays for my phone bill. So, um, I did the map hack back in the day in Ireland, so I didn't have to pay for Euro data plans. Smart move, Hella. Smart move. Travis, you're just in time for me to leave. That's how we do it in Canada. Just turn your shit off and just use the map. It works. There's your hack for the day. Amy gave you the cold shoulder because of a phone. She didn't hate the phone. I don't think she had a problem with the. I don't think she had a problem with the. But in Austin, you can pull it off because everybody who saw me thought I was like hipster level 100 because I had a flip phone. I was trending in the hipster community and didn't even know it. No, I was king hipster, and I had no clue. I guess that's how you become the supreme hipster. Is you don't try to be hipster. She wasn't worried about competition with the flip phone holster. No holster, bro. It would just slide right in your pocket. It was easy. Yeah, I'm legendary in the hipster community of Austin. They're probably still talking about that old guy. Remember that dude in his 30s walking around with his flip phone? All right. Like I said, I'm going to go blast clear, gooey VOCs into the air. Leather with the hole for the antenna. Ooh. I wish I'd have been that cool. Paper map. Where do you get those from? Old school Razor. I think I've still got that. I think I've still got that phone somewhere. It was a pretty good phone. Like I said, it was like the thing about it that was awesome was that like the phone was probably $20, but that thing was bulletproof, dude. You could do like you couldn't break it. And the other beautiful thing about it is like you drop it in the lake, who gives a shit? Go to Walmart, pay $20 and get you another one. You're good to go. Oh yeah, it is Easter this weekend. I got some shopping to do. All right, y'all be good. Go hunt Easter eggs. Throw your baits. I'll see if I can work on the hotline if anybody's got a bitch sesh they need to drop. Travis, you got a whole collection? Mine have all been destroyed, so I think I've still got them, but they're in no working order. Brian, is it bad that I read your comment and I read rest as reset? Have a good reset. I was like, damn, dude, he's really drinking the Kool-Aid. Have a good reset, humans. We have an egg stuffing party at my house tomorrow. I have to cook for. AJ, I need to make you some deviled eggs and send you one, which sounds disgusting, but I can make a damn pretty mean deviled egg. I bet you can too. I'd like to have a deviled egg cook off. Not a cook off, but just like taste other people's interpretation of a deviled egg. Yeah, that'd probably be pretty gross, dude. I don't know that I'd eat them. You've never made them? I do mine like they're kind of like a I guess you'd call them like a Texas kind of deviled egg with like a little bit of jalapeno juice and some cheese and bacon, and they're freaking good, real good. No sweet relish garbage. That is trash, dude. I'm not about that life. But yeah, it's kind of like a It's not Southwestern, but it's kind of like I just call it like a Texas kind of deviled egg, Tex-Mex devil egg. Oh boy, are they good. A little garlic in there, a little onion, a little green onion, a little bacon, a little cheese, a little jalapeno juice, a little Dukes. It's pretty much the recipe. So if you want to wow your family tomorrow, AJ, do that. A little chili powder. Slide on the cumin if you really don't need any at all. No, I ain't about that sweet relish life. You make your own bacon. No, we'll fry it though. I like cheap bacon. I like the cheaper the better. It eats better to me. All right. So if y'all get any bacon, 100% crispy. Chewy's just undercooked. That's like chewy to me is like breakfast buffet on a like at a casino or like on a cruise ship where you wake up and it's like 3 hours after breakfast and you go down there to get bacon and it's just like this limp steamed piece of shit chewy bacon. Ugh, gross. AJ, you eat chewy bacon? You are nuts, dude. You're an alien. You haven't yet. I asked Bean if she would shave my head. Uh, Limp is not the same as chewy. No, I don't. Anything that's not crunchy. It's all the same to me. All the same to me. Look at all you chewy guys. Cook it like a steak, thick and sear it on both sides. You eat undercooked bacon? Can't you get like trichinosis or shit from that? Chewy but crispy. I didn't know we had so many. Save it for Pigstone, bro. You can cook your famous bacon at Pigstone. Too crispy is bad. Got to be a mix of 3/4 to full crispy. Maybe it's just a southern thing, Burns. We like our bacon crispy. Oh, it's already cooked, cured, and smoked. Okay, so I can see that. I don't know. I like it like chips. I like it like eating chips. All right. Y'all be good. Have a good Easter. I'll talk to you next time. Later.